Hey everybody, welcome back to Conscientious Omnivore. My name is Pal. If you've been a viewer of the channel for a while, you'll know that I am a huge fan of compost and garden waste, green waste, turning it into useful soil for your garden. And done a couple videos now talking about compost and Humanure specifically. This is a combination of yard waste, Humanure, kitchen scraps, compost, etc. And as you can see, it's quite tall now. It's I'd say maybe 1 meter 20 centimeters, something like that, maybe 1.2 meters tall. It's a good I don't know, maybe 3 meters, 2.5 meters wide, or long, and then 2 meters wide, or 1.5 wide. I took sticks that I chopped off from the top of those bushes, which I'm going to do it again in the fall time because they've shot up really quick. And I just, jammed those down into the ground, and many of them actually rooted and are now living little reproductions, little clones of the bush behind. So I'm going to let this compost go now for the next, I would say, at least year, maybe 2 years, maybe even more, to let it fully break down. And then we're going to have a bunch of soil to be able to use from there. And what I want to do today is show you guys the remnants of what our first compost pile here on this property looks like now. I'm going to remove a lot of the stray weeds and stuff real quick, and then also pull back the grass here and the straw that has been dumped on the top. But this Humanure pile has been left for about 1.5 years. It'll be 2 years in the fall. So it's definitely fine to use, and I'm going to start using it. We got our little quince apple tree here. Yeah, I want to get this cleaned up, pull the straw back, and I'm going to show you guys what the Humanure looks like after, like I say, about 1.5 years, almost 2 years now. Interestingly enough, we've thrown all sorts of kitchen scraps and stuff on top of this too, and we got some sunchokes growing out in the back there. These green guys here, these are sunchokes. I'm going to try to salvage those and maybe plant them out somewhere when I take this apart. So give me a few minutes. I'm going to come in here with the scythe, take down any of the weeds here. I'll try to be careful around the sunchokes in the back, and then just rake it off. We got new piles developing over there as well, because there's a bunch of unevenness in the property here, so we're going to just dump it in place and let it break down. If you've been a really long time watcher of the channel, you'll remember that I actually built up these banks using a bunch of rotting wood and dirt that I took out from the foundation for our tiny house. And I built this up, this whole swath of land here, going all the way to where you see the end of the straw there. So it's held up really well, and we're just going to keep building it up, and we'll see what's next. So yeah, let me get this mowed down, and we'll start pulling the straw back, and I'll show it to you guys. So there we go, pulled back a lot of the straw that was just kind of thrown at the top last summer, I think, or it was early this year too, I guess, and last summer. And you can see we got our nice composted material down here. Don't know how well you can see. It's very, very bright right now, so I can't really see my screen, but it's just beautiful black dirt. I mean, it's just wonderful, wonderful, super loose, really rich, organic material. Got a pine cone here. But yeah, look at this. I mean, this is just awesome, awesome compost. So really, really happy with this. I'm going to be putting a bunch of this around our fruit trees throughout the property, and then we're going to start a new pile here in its place. And yeah, that's the plan. So let's get some of this moved around the trees, show it to you guys, and then I'll end the video there. Cool. Sweet. I'd say there's going to be at least maybe 3 or 4 wheelbarrows full of this beautiful black composted soil, earth, whatever you want to call it. It's awesome. I can't say enough how excited I am to finally be getting around to putting this around the fruit trees and some of the fruit bushes. I mean, it's just wonderful. Like, I knew the process would work. I've seen enough videos, I've seen enough testimonials from people talking about using the Humanure and composting, and I knew it would work, but I just had no idea it would be this nice. I mean, it's really great. You got these little grubs in here too. They like to eat the rotten wood and stuff. We have little bits of sticks and twigs that I had at the beginning of the compost pile. I did something akin to this, but it was a little bit less good. I just used like dry bits of wood and just jammed them in the ground. Most of those are now kind of starting to decompose, like that one as well. But yeah, I just can't say enough how happy I am about this. It's wonderful. And yeah, let me show you guys. I put some around the quince tree here, and I'm gonna actually mulch on top of this now to help suppress weeds and to keep the moisture in this wonderful compost and you know, fertilizer that we're basically giving the tree here. And I'm gonna just finish here with a few words about this, because I know probably some of you that are watching are thinking that Humanure is kind of gross or disgusting, or you don't know about it. My first reaction when my brother told me about Humanure, I was just like shocked that he would want to do this. I was like, I can't believe this. I mean, this is what we have sewer systems for. Like, what on earth? Like, what are you doing with your poop? Like, why can't you just be a normal person, etc., etc. So, you know, I went from that to actually doing the research on it and reading up on it and realizing that it is completely safe. It is sanitary. You're not endangering yourself in any way, shape, or form by doing this. It's been done for eons and eons. People have been composting their Humanure since basically the dawn of time, and since they've been doing agriculture. And there's nothing more natural or safe than doing this for yourself. I can't stress that enough. Read up on it. If there's any kind of concern, you just let it sit. You know, people will say usually after half a year it's already safe. I was going to go by the rule of thumb of doubling that. A lot of people say just give it 1 year just to be like 100% sure. And then, you know, if you're still really kind of like worried about it, don't put it onto any of your root vegetables. You know, just put it on fruit trees, bushes. You can add it around the raspberries. I got the raspberries growing over here on the side. You can add it to things like that where you're not eating directly from stuff that comes out of the ground, like tubers, potatoes, you know, etc. So yeah, just check it out. Don't be worried about it. Don't be freaked out. You know, I challenge you to show me where you can buy, you know, better quality, you know, compost than this. It's so loose and so rich, you can just see it. I just think it's awesome. And this is free, basically. You know, we're just using our own resources to create more abundance and growth in the garden. So anyway, hope you guys like that. If you did, please do give it a thumbs up. See you in another video sometime soon, hopefully. And hope everybody's good. Bye.